and just go.
Yeah,
So
just get a play from depth and just go downhill.
So this is pretty different, right?
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Okay, explain that to me. Like,
It's
just how different.
it's awesome. I actually really enjoy it playing man coverage, getting to play closer line of scrimmage. I feel like you have an opportunity to make more plays on the ball, and it's just a lot more fun. I feel like.
And you're now another one of the classic former quarterbacks playing DB or linebacker or whatever. How much did playing quarterback in high school?
It definitely helped. Seeing where the quarterback really wants to throw, kind of knowing what he wants to do. I played scout quarterback 1 week last year. First, I think it was Tennessee week, and I kind of just know what the quarterback's thinking because obviously playing quarterback, you know what you want to do. So.
Did you think that was going to happen? Play scout
No,
quarterback?
we had some injuries last year too, so I had to go in there.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was fun week for me.
Did you hit any big plays?
I had a few runs here and there, no really good passes, so that was kind of unfortunate.
Any trash talk in the DB room about that week?
Definitely trash talking all those guys the whole week.
Thanks, Zach.
Yeah, no problem.
What was the best piece of advice, either guys like Castro or Quinn? What's the best piece of advice they've given you?
I would just say to stay ready and be patient. Be patient, like on the field. You got to let things come to you. As a DB, you're playing with depth and playing off. You got to know your responsibility at all times. So just being patient and letting the game come to you.
You talked about you being the scout quarterback. The scouting head from Michigan State, what do you see from their quarterback? He's throwing
their
the
quarterback,
ball, but he's very mobile as well.
Yeah, their quarterback's very mobile, so we really got to be locked in on our game, especially when he starts scrambling. We gotta stay attached to the guys running the routes. We know that they can get open. They have some good wide receivers, good running backs. It'll be a tough game.
It's a hypothetical you're playing that will linebacker. What's the key then going up against a guy like Childs?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to be locked in. I think if he starts scrambling, I got to maintain my responsibility, know what I'm doing. Obviously, if we're in like a base coverage, I got to know what I'm doing as well. So,
did you have like how tough was the transition to that linebacker spot? Did you like?
It wasn't too bad. It's kind of like the same thing as Cash. It's just on the other side. It's like playing the same position, just a little bit different in a different area. So.
Was the idea from Phil just to get more like mobility and more like guys in the secondary, I guess, to kind of counter what the offense is?
Yeah, so we put it in the Ohio State week just because they go 10 personnel sometimes, so we only ran it in 10 personnel versus them. And then last week they got into some stuff that was like tight splits and all that sort of stuff. And it was tough for our linebacker to get over there. Obviously, it's not fun playing man coverage, so I think we just wanted better matchups, and that's why we went with it.
Was it put in more last week, like in terms of how much you guys actually utilized it than Ohio State, or?
We really repped it like the same amount in practice. It just came out to the game where they got into some tough formations, and we had to go with it.
Was that like something you had advance warning you guys were going to be practicing ahead of Ohio State, or was it kind of just?
Yeah, so bye week we started practicing it and going over it, and that's really when we started getting into dime personnel, and that's how we rolled with it.
The first time they approached you with that kind of plan or idea, what was your thought?
I was extremely excited. Just any opportunity to get on the field is an opportunity to go out there and have some fun. So.
Second year, right?
Yep, second year.
So to get in, coming from maybe a bit of a smaller school, what's that mean for you to get that opportunity early on in your career?
Yeah, it's awesome. Growing up in a small town, you dream of getting on the big stage, and doing it last week, really for the first time on defense, was awesome.
What was stepping on the field, getting like meaningful, real snaps on defense like in Kinnick?
Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, special teams is fun, but playing defense is like no other. So.
Coach Ferentz talks a lot about the importance of like making your name on special teams. Mm-hmm. How do you think you gain the trust of the coaches through your work on special teams to get that opportunity?
Yeah, I feel like just doing your responsibility at all times. You got to know what you're doing. You got to trust your teammates out there, know that they're going to be in the right spot, and that's how you do it.
How did your Northwest Iowa upbringing prepare you to succeed?
Yeah, I think Northwest Iowa's always had a tough mindset up there. Coach Wood's obviously from up there. He's got kind of the same mindset as I do, and that's just how Northwest Iowa kids like to get after it.
How often do you and Reese match up against each other in practice?
We did like in fall camp quite a bit. We haven't recently because he's been on the edge more, but it was awesome going against him in practice. You know, he got a few on me, I got a few on him, but yeah, it was an awesome opportunity.
I have to imagine you guys weren't going up against each other in high school.
No, because we would both be on offense together, defense together, so yeah, we didn't really get to go against each other.
Wait for John.
Okay.
How you doing, Zach?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right. What's it been like the last few weeks, basically making yourself available to get on the field and playing well enough to, tell the coaches I'm too good to be left on the bench for the whole game?
Yeah, it was an awesome opportunity to go out there. You know, I just listen to whatever they tell me, and Michigan State or Washington got into some tough formations that put us in a bind, so we went with it and just tried to make the best of the opportunity out there.
Where have you seen the biggest leaps in improvements in the defensive back room in general?
I'd say the biggest leaps are like just being patient and knowing our keys. You know, in the back end, we gotta really know what we're doing because they could come out in any formation and run any trick play. And the back end is what really have to know what we're doing in the trick plays and stuff like that.
Can you explain that to